this is Emma and Jade from Polercise Dubai. We're here today in our studio in Business Bay. It's called AIM Dance Academy. Today we're going to show you the proper way, or the broken down, easier way to make your invert. We have noticed online there are lots of people asking for tips and tricks to make their invert, and there are many helpful people who are responding with brilliant tricks, but we noticed that there's normally one missing, and we want to share that with you today because personally we feel that this is the most important part of getting your invert for the first time, and we really hope this helps you. We are now going to show you the correct hand placement and leg placement for the invert. If you are right-handed, you will start on the left side of the pole. However, you will learn and practice your invert on both sides. You want to be equally balanced. So Jade is right-handed, so she's going to stand on the left side of the pole. And the first hand that you will put on the pole is the right hand, and it's going to be at shoulder height. The left hand is coming at head height. Okay, when you first learn an invert, you are allowed a little bit of a step into it. So you're going to be one step behind the pole. You're going to step with your right leg tiny bit in front of the pole. Okay, and then what the aim is to concentrate on the outside leg. In this case, it is the left leg, to come up around the front of the pole, just above the highest hand. Okay, but the trick, the one we wanted to share with you, everybody feels that they need to bring their head backwards as far as possible to be able to lift their leg up directly in front of them, but our trick is actually to take the head diagonally down to the side so that your leg can come up on the diagonal to the left side. Okay, so her head will come straight down to the diagonal over her right shoulder, at the same time that she concentrates to take her left leg up in front of the pole. So we're working on a diagonal movement here. Okay, so many people are told to kick up straight, leg up straight, and head straight backwards. Okay, it is possible, but it is hard. Okay, so the easiest way, we're going to pivot on the diagonal with the head coming down to the corner and the leg coming up in front of the top hand. So if you can just demonstrate. Okay, you see how her head moved down this way for her leg to be easily put around the pole. Okay, her hands aren't too high. A lot of people start with them super high, and we have them quite low, head height and shoulder height. We have the pivot, and then the leg is coming around the top. So what happens next? Once you've done the first leg, which is in this case the left leg, the right leg can come up. But the most important part to get you up there is going to be the left leg. So if you can just show me the left leg there, please, Jade. So the left is on. Then you can worry about the right in the back of the pole. Okay, and she needs to slightly move her hands down so that her legs can come around the front of the pole and they can close. Okay, so many people, can you straighten this knee? They are wondering why they won't hold, because this knee is not bent, okay, for them to be able to touch in the front. Once they touch in the front, you can slide your hands down much more. You'll start to feel a hold here in your armpit, and then you'll realize that you can release your hands. Okay, coming out, hold back on, and slide yourself down very slowly to the back of your head, your back of your neck, your shoulders, and release your legs. So now we're going to show you from a different angle so you can see a closer view and more of a definition where her head is going. Okay, so like I said before, the hands, shoulder height and head height, one step behind the pole. Her inside leg is going to take one step past the pole, and her head is coming to the corner of this mat. Okay? Perfect. Bend your knees, slide your hands down to your stomach, close your knees together, and you have made the basic invert. So I'm just going to show you now how to spot somebody when they're trying the invert for the first time. So Jade will go into the position that we previously mentioned with her hands, and she'll be one step behind the pole. So I'm going to show you how to support this person if this is her first attempt in an invert, by placing my hand in the small of her back. So as she steps in front before she brings her left leg up to the pole, I'm going to take my hand behind her in the small of the back and hold the pole as she kicks up. So I can support her, okay, you can go, until she makes it, okay? And if she didn't make it, when she comes back down, I'm there to stop her from bashing her side and getting the bruise on the side, which I remember from my first class. So now we'll show you how to advance on your invert and take it eventually up to your deadlifted invert without this step. So at first, when you first learn, you are stepping and kicking. We're going to slowly decrease that and take it straight into a deadlift, okay? You can take as much time as you need to do this. You can do your step kick for as long as you feel you need to, but I do recommend starting the deadlift as soon as you feel you have the strength to do so, and then every time you invert from there, you always do the deadlift. You completely cancel out the step kick. Okay, so the next step is to come closer to the pole. So if you want to just get in position for me, please, Jade. She's going to stand on the side of the pole and have the pole here by her hip, and then the arms, the shoulder, and the head. You can start by step lift into your invert, and then afterwards you will open your feet and you will tuck up. Do you want to show me the tuck up? Tuck in, extending up. You're still doing the same thing with your head, okay? This is going to help you in all of the inverts that we will show you today. So when you feel you are ready to make your air invert, you can do the same movement from the pole on your side with the bent knees into your air invert, using the same head technique that we showed you. So if you can demonstrate, please, Jade. So she's taking herself into what we call a stronghold underneath the armpit and on the back of the hip here, and you can use you can bend your knees and you can take your head diagonally so that you can make your invert. Perfect. Okay, next up, just taking it a little bit further, you're going to deadlift with straight legs. We'll do it from the floor and then we'll do it from the pole. So you'll take the same position with the pole in your hip, the same arms, and remember your head is going diagonally down and you're concentrating to take your left one is leading up first, okay? Try and keep your legs straight, use your tummy muscles and head back and straight legs. Perfect. Great. And then the last one is going to be the air deadlift with straight legs. There's the stronghold and the air deadlift invert. So another way of practicing your invert to make the deadlift invert and to finally take away this step kick that we do is to do it from your knees. So you are down on the floor with your knee around the front of the pole, and then you're going to take exactly the same hand placement as before and have the pole running down your side. You can use bent knees at first and just tuck them up as high as you can, and back down again for the exercise, for the practice. And then when you're ready to invert, you're going to use the same diagonal head movement down and take your foot around from side angle. Perfect. So please remember that you will always practice both sides. If you notice, Jade's just done the other side. She was on the right of the pole for that one. You need to practice every single time on the left and on the right. If you forget where you're going to place your hands, I'm on the left here, you forget, always the first hand to go on is at your shoulder and the other hand to go on is at your head. We call this one the seat belt. It goes across you. Okay, so if you're converting it to the other side, you have the one at your shoulder and you have your seat belt across you. We really hope that this information was useful to you and we help you achieve your invert, and you can pass this on and share it with your friends and help them achieve theirs too.
Thank you for watching our tutorial today on inverts. Stay tuned for our next one. We are Jade and Emma from Polercise Dubai in our studio at AIM Dance Academy. Thank you. Bye.